good friends I had. They knew that I loved them and I always will. And my Virgio home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My Virgio home, that heaven of mine. The home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so and I always will. And my Virgio home 'neath the maiden tea hill. With her fishery failing, I may have to roam. Dear God, how I'd hate to leave my dear home. But each night in memory, sure I'll see it still. My Virgio home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My Virgio home, that heaven of mine. The home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so and I always will. And my Virgio home 'neath the maiden tea hill.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include the Sea Cadets paraded for their annual inspection on Wednesday, Recreation Commission telethon, a huge success, interview regarding the library proposal, interview with Kathleen Matthews, public health nurse. These stories and more coming up after this. Please stay tuned.
Watch this, live longer. Newfoundland and Labrador has the highest rate of heart attack and stroke in Canada, but we have united to stop the attack. Communities are organizing activities, families are changing eating habits, and people have quit smoking. With every active step, our hearts beat stronger. Eat healthy, stop smoking, get active, get involved in heart health. Call the Newfoundland and Labrador Heart Health Program for details, and let's stop the attack together.
Well, it's over for another year, and this year's Recreation Commission telethon was an even bigger success than last year.
Gabriel Pink, $5. Jeffrey Young, $5.
Go on by. Dave Cooper pledges 25. Dave Cooper?
Isn't that something?
Man, that's wicked. Boy, Miss Cooper going to be proud of that boy.
Oh, for
I'll tell
sure.
Yeah,
You might want him back.
Amanda Symes. Is that right, Symes?
Yeah. No, Seymour.
Seymour. Get out of here. That's Seymour.
I think.
Look at that.
Boy, that was nice.
Not beautiful. Okay. Matter of fact, Dave, maybe we can take the phone number off and we can show them the full.
That's that car. We're going to have to stone these kidneys after this. Somebody asked me one time, "Who like the moose meat? Who like the moose?" I was up to his cartridge and gravy and second onions on his back. So right now we're going to get a little shot. We got two more.
See, these guys, they just go right along with this. And this wolf cub here, look at this here. He's got the saw. This man snores right here.
Wednesday was Penny Day for the Janeway at A.J. Matthews School. Where did you get all the pennies, girls?
In school.
In school. Did you get them from the different students? Did you go class to class and collect them?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what are you going to do with the pennies?
I'm going to take them into the Janeway.
Into the Janeway telethon. So when is the Janeway telethon?
The first weekend of June.
First weekend in June. So do you have any more pennies besides the ones you have here? Yeah. So who's going to count all those pennies? Are you going to count them yourself? No? Get your mom to do it. The Sea Cadets from RCSCC Bob Bartlett held their annual inspection on Wednesday. Here are a few highlights from this year's annual inspection. This year's annual inspection will be shown in its entirety later in the week. Stay tuned, there's more of This Week in Review still to come.
Watch this, live longer. Newfoundland and Labrador has the highest rate of heart disease and stroke in all of Canada. It is the daily threat of unhealthy food choices, cigarette smoke, and an inactive lifestyle that puts us all at risk. But we can fight back. The heart of Newfoundland and Labrador is worth fighting for. Eat healthy, stop smoking, get active, get involved in heart health. Call the Newfoundland and Labrador Heart Health Program for details, and let's stop the attack.
I had an interview with Barbara Barter, principal of St. John Central High, about the rumored recent proposal to have the Burgeo Centennial Memorial Library merged with the school library. Ms. Barter, a petition was circulated last week concerning a proposed merger of the Burgeo Library and the high school library, and it stated that this proposal was made by you. Is this the case?
No, Dave, that's not the case. I do have a proposal that I've been working on for about a year and a half now, I guess, that people in the community can come to the general office and read if they wish. I can leave a copy for them to browse over, but it's in draft form. And basically, what the proposal does is address the needs of our high school. And by that I mean we are becoming, or trying to become, very technologically based to give the best quality of education that we can to our students, and that's where we see the emphasis as lying right now. And that was the reason, for example, this year we started our Science Technology Centre and had acquired $25,000 funding to do that. But beside that, I guess from the perspective of the size of our school, we're kind of in between. We're not a large school that can, maintain a large staff and therefore offer a lot of choices to our students, although we've been doing relatively well for the size of a school that we are. We're still not up to what I would like to see for student choice when it comes to coursework. We're not a small school, as Ramien would be, for example, whereby we would get the funding to put in some type of distance education through conferencing, a teleconferencing system. Hence, I guess we're kind of in the middle. We can't receive the funding for small schools because we're not listed as one, and we're not as large as some of our other schools in the district. And so we're finding that some years we can't offer science courses. We didn't offer our third year chemistry and our third year physics this year because we didn't have the numbers. We have never offered courses like pre-calculus readiness, mathematics, which would be exceptionally good for students going to university, in particular Memorial, because they must have math to get in. They must also do at least one math, or 2 credits in math once they get there. So most of the students that are going in with a foundation that's really not the way that I would like to see it. I would certainly like to give them a chance to be more prepared before they go. And we don't offer a lot of we don't offer any advanced place courses. I shouldn't say a lot because we don't have any advanced place courses. We don't get a chance to offer our students any university preparatory courses, as in psychology or world history, what the Department of Education now classifies as 4th year courses. The highest level that we go is level 3. We don't offer arts courses. We can't offer courses in art and design, and some of those are becoming art, design, technology, and that's the reason I'm kind of hesitating, because those courses are starting to change it. But be what may, we don't offer any arts courses, and we have quite a few very artistic students here who leave thinking about doing courses such as drafting and architecture and art, visual art itself, and yet we don't have any courses at the senior high level for those students. The most we offer is 1 term art in grade 7. So there are quite a few courses that we're not offering right now that I would like to be offering. Advanced or honors math is another that we didn't offer this year, the 3103, because we only had 5 students interested. So we're maintaining, I guess, as solid a program as we can with the number of staff that we have, which means that the only solution I see is to reach out and see what we can bring in technology. What type of distance education technology can we bring into this area that we can use with our senior high school students? I'm concerned this year, for example, we have, I think it's right now 7 students who want to do Chemistry 3102. One of those students I know has already expressed an interest in pharmacy and is very concerned if that course is not offered. You know, what can I do for that student so that they are able to get that course? So I've been looking at the technology, you know, to be able to offer those courses. Distance Ed is one way. We could bring in teleconferencing, basically similar to what they have at the Burgeo Cottage Hospital, and offer it that way. But the Department of Education itself is saying, we've had this for a while. What is it that we can do now to improve that? I think they feel themselves that they're kind of outgrowing that type of distance ed program. So I went looking further and found an interactive video system which could be used and would probably be the next best thing to having the teacher in the classroom because it's both audio and visual. And so I've been looking at funding for that, and I've been looking for partnerships. So I've gone to Bishop's College, for example, in St. John's, and I've gone to Lark Harbour, St. James All Grade, to look for partners whereby we could work as a team. And if we had the interactive video system in those 3 schools, for example, if Bishop's offered calculus math and I had 3 students here who was interested in it, they could sit in front of a camera, be hooked up by a microphone, and the students in St. John's and the teacher is hooked up as well to the electronic equipment, and you can have an interactive conversation with each other so that the teacher is in the room and teaching at that moment. Our students are in a room and interacting at that moment on our end. So it's almost like a picture-in-picture system. I've seen it in operation, and it's a wonderful piece of equipment. It's not as expensive, I suppose, as doing without the courses, although it's not cheap either. But the major expense for it is the electric delivery, if you want, for the want of a better word. It would be through telephone lines, and the telephone lines that we have here now. Our new system does have the capability of running it, but there's a couple of pieces of equipment that is now missing at the Newfoundland Tel office here in the community. And that bit of equipment is very expensive. So we've been looking at, you know, if we brought in this equipment, how much is it going to cost us? And if that's, you know, if it's not operable financially, then where do we go from there? So basically, I guess that's what this proposal covers, and that's what I've been working on. So I have made contact with quite a few people, but the proposal makes no mention of merging the 2 libraries.
So to your knowledge, is there any proposal put forth by anyone to merge the school library with the public library?
To my knowledge, no. No, to my knowledge, there is not. Now, I did learn this past weekend that has been a trend in seeking funding. For example, if I didn't do the interactive video using the phone lines, then I might have to look at, well, what can the internet offer us, for example? Can we get distance education through internet? And we certainly have the computer capability here now to do that. What would I need? I think one of the things I would need is a node, I'm told, and please don't ask me what that means because it has something to do with the equipment. I do know that it's very expensive and we don't have it. This community doesn't have it. But if we did, if we had enough partners, I guess, on the go to convince the powers to be, and I think that would be Cable Atlantic, but I'm not sure. So Perhaps I shouldn't say that because I don't know where the equipment comes from. If we could prove to them that the community could use a node and it would be sustainable in the community, they would bring it in. And if they did bring it in, that has the capability, I think, to offer almost anything that we would like to offer, be it for adults or be it for students through STEMnet. So there are quite a few people out there who know that I am seeking some form of equipment to use in the community. And I'm also seeking funding. And I would suggest probably, according to the Department of Education philosophy, and what HRD has been saying to people, and the federal government has been saying, is that you must have partnerships. And you must also have not only schools, but you must also have the community at large. Now, whether conversation has gone on with that, I don't know. I did send my proposal, this proposal, on the interactive video to David Gale, because he is a member of the I'm not sure if it's the CAPS project, which is the Community Access Project for funding, or the Department of Education funding. But I was advised, it would be a good idea to send him my proposal. I did have a very short conversation with him on the phone saying, I like your proposal, and it sounds good, and there may be things we can do with it. Now, I mean, that is not a proposal. This is, I guess, me throwing out webs to say, what is it that I can do to bring this equipment into the school?
Okay, is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, David, there's not. I was concerned, not concerned that a petition went around. I mean, that's an everyday thing. I was concerned that the suggestion was made that I had made a proposal, which is not the case. What I'd like to see, I guess, is, and what I'll continue to strive for as principal of St. John Central High, is to get the very best that I can for my students. And so I guess I'll always be fishing for funding and for partnerships and for whatever the school can do to help the community. My number one priority are the students, and I guess in serving the students, then my number two priority is in serving the adults and the community at large, So that's where I stand on it. I was a bit surprised by the petition, but anyway, that's here and gone, and so be it. If there are people in the community who believe that my proposal makes any suggestions of the Burgeo Public Library merging with my school library, they are welcome to read the proposal. I have had conversations with the chair of the board here in the community for the library. I have given her a copy of the proposal to read, and I suggested on there that it not be published or distributed simply because this is a draft form. It hasn't gone anywhere except to people who I would say, would you be interested in working with me on this? And I am hoping that sometime before June and before all of that funding dries up, because it soon is at the Department of Education and HRD, that something will happen so that money will come to this community.
Okay, Ms. Barter, well, we'd like to thank you for speaking with us.
You're welcome.
A representative from the Regional Library Board is scheduled to be in town next week to meet with the Burgeo Library Board. Following that meeting, we'll hopefully have an interview with a representative from the Burgeo Library Board. I spoke with Kathleen Matthews, public health nurse, concerning a program being offered by the Department of Health in conjunction with community cable stations. Speaking with me in the studio today is Kathleen Matthews, public health nurse here in Burgeo. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
The Department of Health has put out a Newfoundland and Labrador Heart Health Community Programming Kit. Can you tell us the purpose of the kit?
Basically, the population in Newfoundland was identified as having a higher health risk for heart disease than other areas of Canada. And the Department of Health wanted to promote a healthier heart health initiative. And one of the things they decided to do was to target local community cable stations as a resource for promoting information and for actively getting community members involved in heart health. So this kit is designed to be used by local cable stations to do that.
So what is the goal of the program?
The goal of the program is to educate people in terms of healthier lifestyles, healthier eating patterns, and generally to point out areas where heart health could be improved.
We have some of the materials from the kit here on the table. What are the different topics that are included in this kit?
Well, as you can see, the kit is broken down into different blocks. Some of the topics covered are healthy eating, blood pressure screening and health, active living resources, and tobacco use resources, which is designed basically to promote tobacco reduction strategies. And then there's some general information on community television programming and how to use the kit as a television resource.
Okay, and there's also a number of videos that we will be airing on the local community channel.
Yes, the kit does come with a number of educational videos specifically aimed at different target areas. As well, included in the kit are videos on how to develop your own community television project.
What does the public health branch here in Burgeo hope to do with this kit?
Basically, we hope to use the kit in two ways: as general education through the television station in regard to the specific topics, and we have some educational videos that we hope to air. The other thing we hope to do is to motivate community groups to actually pick up the gauntlet and do their own community programming around heart health.
So how did the Department of Health go about developing this kit?
Basically, this kit was put together and piloted in 4 communities around St. John's using larger areas with a cable station and some rural communities with the cable stations and independent cable stations, and sort of the goal was to get people out to do their own programming, to educate themselves, and the theory behind it being is that the more you involve the community, the more likely they are to respond. People respond very well to local cable stations. They enjoy seeing themselves on TV. It's an opportunity to have some fun with the kit and to actually educate yourself as well. And things like local theater groups, local community groups, different individuals have participated in the pilots, and the videos are included in the kit as to the things that were produced. Once they had the pilot together, they then formalized what they wanted included in the kit, and they sent it out to the 40 local, or the plan is to send it out to the 40 local cable stations around the island through the public health nurse for use during the coming year.
Okay, so over the course of the next few months we'll be airing most of these videos, and I guess if anyone wants any further information, then they can contact your office.
Yes, they can. Especially anyone who's interested in doing any community television work, they can either get in contact with myself or you, and we can certainly show them the kit and what's involved and whatever.
Okay, is there anything else that you would like to add?
I just think it's an excellent resource. It's an excellent educational resource, and the community of Burgeo is fairly active in a lot of ways. There's a lot of walking that's done in the community. There's a lot of outdoor activities and things like that, and this kit really does promote those types of activities. And one of the things I'm hoping that we'll be able to do is sort of focus on what is here in terms of recreational activities and show people how to better use what they have to improve heart health in terms of general activity, diet, tobacco reduction, those kinds of things. So basically it's an excellent public education tool and an opportunity for people to get out and have some fun and do some local TV work, and I think it could be potentially very beneficial to everybody.
Okay, well, we'd like to thank you for coming in and speaking with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Our guest today is Kathleen Matthews, public health nurse here in Burgeo.
This past week was Police Week. On Thursday, students from A.J. Matthews School visited the RCMP detachment here in Burgeo.
Okay, he just told me a secret. I just wrote it on this piece of paper, okay? You come here. Is that the secret?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes in police work, we do things that are very, very secret, and we can't let anybody know. So now, he just told me a secret, okay, and I wrote it on the piece of paper, but now I know his secret, but I don't want anybody else to find out what that secret is. So that's what this machine is for. That makes everything stay a secret. Okay, watch your hands there. There's the secret.
It grinds it.
Yeah, it shreds it right up. Okay, So there's a secret. Nobody's gonna know what that secret was, are they?
No.
No, so sometimes we have to do that with stuff because we don't want people to find out the secrets. So when we find something out, if it goes on paper, but then we have to get rid of it, we put it in that machine. It's called a paper shredder, or a secret keeper. Okay? Yes, sir.
You know who picked that up?
I have a pretty good idea who beat that up. Some people beat that up. Now that wasn't a nice thing to do, was it?
Oh, that's from school.
Would you like that to happen to your bike?
Did you take fingerprints?
What? No, we didn't take fingerprints off that bike. We didn't have to take some fingerprints. We had some other evidence.
Is that the one from
Yeah.
school?
That's one that was from the school.
What would it be?
I bet it was the high school people.
It might have been. We don't want to mention any names, okay? We're not going to say any names, okay? Because that's part of the secrets that I have to keep. So we're not going to say any names. Yep.
You know who did it?
Yep, we know who did it. We're looking into it.
Do you know who owns the bike?
We know who owns the bike. We know how old the bike is. We know how much it's worth. We know who beat it up. Okay? So those people are going to get in a little bit of trouble. Because when you do something like that, that's not very nice, is it? To beat up somebody's bike like that. Now that bike is no good. I don't think you guys want that to happen to your bikes.
No.
So if it's your property, you take care of it, and if it's somebody else's property, you don't beat it up. You have to respect everybody's property. Okay? In here, these are 3 different lockers. This middle one is mine. Okay? And in there, what will happen is if I bring something back here that I find, or if I have to take it as evidence, say I have to take this, and that's evidence I find somewhere. I'll take it back here, and I don't have a key. There's a big locker around the corner. I don't have a key for that one. So what I'll do is I'll come back here, and I'll lock that in there and keep it there. It's a safe place. And then the next day I'll put it in the big locker. Okay, so that's where I keep my stuff. The bike won't fit in there though, will it?
No.
No, and our big locker is a little bit too full right now. So, pardon me, we have the bike there. Just facilitate something.
6-4 Burgeo, 1062. We're doing an office tour here this morning. We've got 17 young grade 3 students from A.J. Matthews. Can you say hello, please? Say fine.
We're fine.
Very good, thank you. 6-4. You might hear from us again later on when other students come in. 10-4, thank you. There. That man is in Corner Brook. And if you call the police office and we're not here, your mummies or daddies or you guys call, the call will go through our telephone,
And go to
go to Corner Brook. And there's always someone there that can reach us by radio, or let's say if I'm home sleeping, they can call me. Hopefully they don't have to, but if they have to, an emergency, that's how they can get a hold of us. Tell me what these are.
Like this.
Well, that's pretty good. That's a good guess. Anybody else have any other guesses what they might be?
Something to track drugs.
Well, you're pretty close.
It's something that you can. It don't smell. Doesn't help smell.
Oh, I'm here.
Is it night? You smell binoculars.
Right. These are called night vision goggles. Now, I'm not going to put them on because they make you look like a space monster, okay? But in the dark, if it's really dark out at nighttime, let's say, you can put them on.
You wouldn't be able to see very good.
And you can see. Help you see. This is what they used to use in Vietnam. Goggles like this. The pilots and whatever, and so these are very expensive and they're very sensitive. Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. Let me see. What do we have here?
Is it a bulletproof vest?
No, I'm going to show you the bulletproof vest in a second. That's a good guess, though.
It's just the vest that. This is straight. It's just the vest.
That's it. It's just a vest. And what does it say on it?
Please, RCMP.
Okay. If I was dressed like Dave was, the cameraman here this morning, but I wanted to go and be identified, I could wear this over my jacket or over my shirt.
Yeah, then you could, if they'd be bigger, you could just show
That's right. Now, someone mentioned a bulletproof vest. Could someone pass that to me? Can you pass it to
Oh
me?
my God, this is heavy. Careful.
Careful now.
Okay, pass it
Now, Okay, guys, actually, these are very light now compared to what they used to be. Now, we can pass this around. Everybody can have a look at this. We wear this. This goes over your head.
Could I take you for a ride?
Okay?
Could I like bar?
It's the same stuff, just probably different.
Oh,
It protects from the bullets.
Yeah.
Right.
so I could take you for the bullets.
This material is very, very strong. Okay? You can pass it around if you'd like to feel it. But believe it or not, this can stop bullets. Stand back. Keep your hands back.
What control it's gone now?
Hey! Okay.
Alright, guys.
What do we think of that? Not a very nice place to stay, is it? It's fun when it's a visit, but if you have to stay in there, it's not very nice, is it?
No. Watch Mrs. Thatcher, guys.
Okay, now, everybody stand back.
Go away.
Now, okay?
You don't want to get your fingers
away.
slapped, Phil?
Yeah.
Where's Varric at?
Very.
Varric. Are you Varric?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to stay in there for a second, okay? Stand, put your hands back.
Why am I going to turn
Everybody come out with Varric. Everybody stand right back here. Stand back here. Except Varric.
What?
Everybody. What? Everybody come out except Varric, okay? Now, I'm not going to lock the door, but I want everybody to sing happy birthday to Varric. Okay?
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barrett. Happy birthday to
Good. Happy birthday, dear.
I bet you
Watch your hands.
the first
Watch your
9-year-old to spend their birthday in jail.
The Mayor's March Against Heart Disease will be going ahead again this year. The walk is scheduled for sometime in June. If you would like to make a donation to this very worthy cause, you may do so by sponsoring either of the councillors, or there will be a sponsor sheet available at the town office. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review, coming up in just a moment.
This is the heart of Newfoundland and Labrador today, and it's under attack. It's being threatened with unhealthy eating choices. It's being assaulted with cigarette smoke. It's being weakened with inactivity. Women and men are at risk. Families are being affected. Our province now has the highest rate of heart disease and stroke in all of Canada, but we can fight back. Protect your heart by eating foods low in fat and salt and high in fiber. Strengthen your heart by not smoking. Get active. Take walks. Take up a sport. Get your family involved. The heart of Newfoundland and Labrador is worth fighting for. Eat healthy. Stop smoking. Get active. Get involved in heart health in your community. The Newfoundland and Labrador Heart Health Program has all the details. Call your local community health office. And let's stop the attack.
Off the rack. This week as we scanned our tape racks, we came across a video of work being carried out on the construction of the Calder Health Care Centre. Here's how things were shaping up back in May of 1992. If you look closely now, you can see the forms outlining the shape that the building will take.
most of the area for the floor of the building has been leveled up now. SPCA's Pet of the Week. This is Tiny. She is a small black and brown dog, 2.5 years old. She loves attention and is in need of a good home. Shaggy is a 3-year-old male terrier. He is light beige in color. Shaggy is house trained and loves children. This small brown part terrier is Susie. She is 1.5 years old, house trained and very gentle. Buddy is a 1-year-old male. He's very gentle, house-trained, loves children and playing ball. The shelter also has his brother Askham. Askham is white and beige. The white and black dog in this picture is Spot. The brown dog is Jessie. Both are 1.5-year-old females. They're both house-trained and love children. Both come from family homes and love attention. And this little fellow is Cruiser. He is 2.5 years old and only weighs about 10 pounds. He is a gray, black, and white terrier. There are currently 33 other dogs and puppies, as well as 22 cats and kittens that need good homes. The Bay St. George SPCA is open from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The address is 15 Utah Drive, Stephenville, or you can call them at area code 709-643-2811. The number again is 643-2811. BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for a rebroadcast of Up the Shack featuring Aidan Foley. Tune in on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for the annual inspection of RCSCC Bob Bartlett. Join Marie, Melissa, and Pansy Saturday morning at 11 a.m. for Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Next week's program will be followed by the Genesis Gospel Singers from our friends at Ramia Broadcasting. Stay tuned now for Up the Shack featuring Aidan Foley, also from our friends at Ramia Broadcasting. For This Week in Review, I'm Dave Cooper. Have a safe holiday weekend. Good night.